Mature masculinity expresses itself through 4 core energies, aka archetypes. And a healthy man is supposed to have all 4, even though that is non-existent. Most men overdevelop one and neglect the others, which is why sometimes dating feels like interviewing for a circus. That's why I'm wearing this today. Clones are here. Let's begin. First archetype is called a warrior. The prince on the white horse who rescued you from a tower and killed the dragon. This is a warrior. When we talk about men, we mostly see and understand this specific type of man. Like, yeah, this is the real man. He acts like a man. He is a man. When we are saying this, usually we talk about warrior archetype. But in reality, there are a million different men. We want man to conquer us, and this one will conquer you. He will pursue you. He is the one who is interested in you when you're in another relationship or even in a marriage. And he needs to win you back, steal you away. He is even more interested when you are not interested in him. This is a man who you would usually call a breadwinner. In modern terms, he is someone who will bring you Cartier or Van Cleef, a diamond ring, a fur coat. He will do all of that, but he won't do a ton of things. He will not remember the day when you met or what you were wearing. He will not read bedtime stories to your kids. He's not gonna put them to bed, change their diapers, feed them. If you need to help him choose the color of your walls, he is not gonna do that either. To decide on group activities for your children, he won't listen. He won't bake pancakes with you early morning. He is a warrior. He needs a war. He must have his war. There are a few places where this man can have his war. Of course, we're talking about so-called war, but men who are strongly in this archetype usually choose a war as their job. So first is war at work, metaphorically. This is speaking metaphorically, yeah? War at work means he needs to achieve something. He needs to compete with others. He needs to conquer something. And he is all in. Therefore, he won't be interested in what's going on in your household. He will be surprised, genuinely surprised, every time you ask him why he spends so much time at work, why he is not at home, why he doesn't take care of you the way he did when you just met, why he doesn't spend time with your children. He genuinely will not understand these complaints because he conquered you. He brought you the house. He brought you the diamond stuff. He got everything he thought you needed. What else do you want from him? This is the way they genuinely think. He will be asking you, what more do you need? Most women want, or they think they want, this specific type of man. But he will win this war and he will move to the other till the war starts at home. And this is one of the strategies women use to keep this man close to them. Also, if you would start having an affair, this will also bring in some more fire in your relationship, and this will keep this kind of man close to you. But of course, this is not recommended, definitely not by me. When women want closure with this type of man, when women do not understand that they are dealing with this specific archetype, they're unconsciously starting the war at home. They're picking fights just so they will be in touch, they will be connected to their husbands. And this helps, yeah, but is it something you really want? Or maybe easier to kind of understand what you're dealing with and accept the terms of use. So wherever there is a war, there is a warrior. Second archetype is a king. Everyone wants a king from a fairy tale kingdom. Sure, a king is someone who has achieved something. That's not a narcissist. Do not confuse them. A narcissist is someone who hasn't achieved anything, who hasn't done anything in life and wants recognition. But a king has done something himself and he demands to be treated accordingly. Well, more accurately, the king never demands, but rather accepts only that kind of treatment. He is smart. He's worked hard for what he has, and he earned his right to act like a king. He is on a different level, and he got there himself. Someone who has a significance, but not as empty words. He actually did something. A king is responsible for a kingdom, and a king will only choose a queen by his side. The thing you need to understand about a king, his top priority will always be his kingdom and his subjects, meaning people who entrusted their lives in his hands. Could be his business, could be a family. Usually kings have big families and they take care of all. A queen here is not a princess. She is not someone who was conquered and not a former Cinderella. They build their kingdom together. They ensure the well-being of the kingdom together. If the king is ill, the queen will take his responsibilities. So a queen is not someone who will be sitting like this and doing nothing, because king will bring it all to her. What king wants from a woman? First of all, to be appreciated. And second of all, respect. Recognition of his merits. It is important to a king that a woman knows how to serve him. This is not sadistic need to walk all over you. It's about genuine respect. She agrees to be behind him. She will not say, well, I do a lot of things here too, even if she does. Because the king always comes first. He is number one. And he needs a woman who agrees with that. Only such a woman will he make his queen. Again, a king doesn't need a servant woman. A king doesn't need a woman who will remain silent and only listen to what he has to say. A king doesn't need a woman who will kiss his feet. A king is not a sadist. A king needs a competent, wise queen who knows what she's doing and why. A king needs a queen who knows her place, and her place is behind him. That's so crazy to say in the 21st century, right? So please don't cancel me. We are talking only about archetypes and the way they are. You can hate it, you can love it, but it is the way it is. And if you disagree, you just move forward. Don't stay at this kind of man's side. Girls, it is very important that you do not torture yourself and do not play any games for others. And you do not play any archetype for a man. It is important that you understand yourself, you understand who you are, and you understand your needs. Because this way you have a chance to be very happy in your relationship with a man who will love you and appreciate you for who you are and not for something you're playing or some coaching courses told you that you need to the law detachment blah blah thing. No, enough of that. The lover. Well, the name speaks for itself. It is passion, sensuality, and falling in love. Casanova, Romeo, Jack from Titanic, the Great Gatsby, who built his life around falling in love. This man is very joyful to be around. He is sexy, charismatic, clean, with a sense of humor. He has a good haircut. He has a style. It's like everything you think you need when you look at a man is there. This man usually has got a lot of sexual relationships. He will take you to wonderful dates. Wonderful, romantic, crazy. Oh, this type of man you remember forever. He will give you 100 red roses and then he will not call for a week. And then he comes back and takes you to Paris or for another crazy trip. and he will be so charming and so kind and so like amazing, and then suddenly disappears again. The lover runs a short distance. This archetype can rarely build a family because he needs novelty all the time, and he needs the feeling of being in love, which wears off in the first 3 to 12 months of your relationships, and that's fine. Often, if you get him to marry you, and you are not a lover woman yourself, there will be a third someone in relationship. I mean, like, they will have an affair or multiple affairs, not because they don't love you or they're bad people. It is their nature. Archetype is something that is very hard to change or to fight, the constant of our psyche. That's why it is best for all of us when we are not trying to fight who we are, but we accept and learn how to work with it. Being in love is his drive. He lives for that. He gets bored in marriage. If you've chosen such a man, you will have to bring this novelty to your marriage all the time. Otherwise, he will have mistresses. It can work with a woman of the same archetype as he is, but those kind of women are really rare. This is the easiest way for someone like this type of people build a family, but to be honest, it's not their main goal in life. They are beautiful. They are the ones who will remember the color of your dress the day you met, or your favorite song. They will create this romantic atmosphere that all the others, to be honest, cannot. And their relationships with them will feel like a bubble bath, but kind of short. Magician. For some reason, everyone treats magician like, well, not wow, nothing special. But magician is a pure marriage material. A magician is someone who will be your best friend, is someone who will understand you. In reality, no one will ever understand you the way you understand yourself. That is simply impossible. You will never find another person alive who will understand you genuinely. But a magician at least will try. A magician is someone who will sense the slightest change in your voice and will be asking, "Are you okay, honey? Has something happened?" He is the only one who will care, to be honest. He is the one who will read bedtime stories to your children. He will take care of your children together with you. He will help you. He will cook breakfasts with you. He will talk to you and he will listen. That's why these men are often in our friend zone. Of course, because only a white horse prince can be a man and everybody else is not. If you want to know if a magician is gonna earn some money, that honestly depends. There is no person who has 100% like one pure archetype. Usually they are a mix, yeah, and sometimes it's a good mix, sometimes it's a bad mix, and also it depends a lot on their maturity. There could be a magician who mixed with a king, for example, or with a warrior, yeah, and they would know how to make money. That's one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it, if you are a witch yourself, why would you care? Why we are talking about love only from money perspective, or mostly from the money perspective? We already learned in this lesson that people who will bring you money will not always be your best supporter and your best choice in building a life together. Okay, I don't want to say that. I don't mean they're like not your best choice. Of course, whatever you choose for yourself is your best choice. I mean that it's not for everyone, yeah? Like different people are for different people and that's fine. Also, the relationship people have with money heavily depends on their background and their family. So if your magician man is from a well-rounded family, I should say, then probably he would know how to like earn the basic stuff. But again, if you are with yourself and you know how to make money, that is not the most important thing in the world, okay? That's my honest opinion about it. I know so many girls and I have so many girlfriends who got married for money and got divorced a few years later because they've been heavily abused in those relationships. Because when you are getting into the relationships from that state of mind, from the state of mind that you need a provider, you need a protector, you need a savior, it's not gonna end well. Just trust me. Of course, all the cartoons and the fairy tales tell us that a man should gallop in on a white horse, rescue us from the poverty or the dragons. And then what? Okay, thank you guys for watching. And tell me in the comments which archetype you find the most attractive and why. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share. See you in the next one.